Hey everyone, this is Zach again, and today I'm very excited to be sharing with you one of my best creations yet. On screen in front of you, I have the prototype of the end stage missile. I understand what it looks like. I promise you, it's special, and by the end of this video, you will feel that way too. At least I hope you do. So as you can see, it's got 3 whole warheads, and that's not very much. I typically use a missile that has 5 in this space. It's not particularly maneuverable. It doesn't have a merge block or a connector. It doesn't even have an event controller or timer on here. And to be sure, it doesn't have the requisite launch vehicle to get this out of the hangar. And that one is not sarcastic. That does need to be constructed. It'll look very similar to this. It just won't have warheads, and it'll have more reverse thrust. But what is it about this thing that makes it special? Well, let's demonstrate. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat. What you have here is a multiple independently targetable reentry vehicle, or a MIRV for short. Today I was inspired by the user on the Space Engineers subreddit user Bombadilus, who posted their own design that had 3 separate stages that were distinct and each targeted a system independently: weapons, propulsion, or power. This you can program to do however you like. They can all target weapons. Every fourth one can target power. The next can do default. The next can do whatever. And it's not limited to multiples of 4. You can do 3 or 10. That's not a multiple of 4. That's right. Or 9. Also not a multiple of 4. And you can just do that as much as you like. So if you just want a missile in this package, do something else. Get something with 5 warheads, at least 4. But if you want more than that, if you want things that are going to seek out independent subsystems or simply distract PDCs much more effectively than any other missile that you can really launch, then get one of these. This is 12. Again, this does require a launch vehicle to get out of a hangar, but once it's out, there's a lot of stuff to deal with on the field. Oof. That was a good one. Okay, so how does it work? Two AI blocks, a sensor, and that's it. Genuinely, like, I love this thing. No timer blocks, no event controllers, just this. The AI blocks are the default here. You've got the move with a collision assist off and a speed limit on there, and then you've got the offensive combat block, which lets you target those subsystems, and the pattern of attack, which for a missile is always going to be intercept. Then you've got the sensor, and that serves multiple functions, but let's turn that on and turn on show on HUD. I already have show sensor's field of range here. And as you can see, it's got a forward and reverse sensibility. Sensitivity? Sense space ability, I guess. As you may know, sensors do not detect their own grid. So I could build in front of this like this, and it wouldn't do anything. But the moment it is a separate grid, and let's see if we can't do something nice here. Oh, god damn it. Really? It doesn't. Okay. The moment it detects something else in its range, it's going to activate. So bear in mind that it starts deactivated. No matter how long you make your missile, how many different segments you make, it starts deactivated, and therefore, when this is turned on, the I don't sense anything output will be activated. And for that, across all 9 of the toolbars, it's decrease thrust override here. Now, 2 of these blocks are on 44 kilonewtons of thrust override. This one and this one. This one breaks as connector, allowing the vehicles to separate, and this one just balances out that thrust and prevents the whole missile from stumbling off. Now, if you do multiples of 4, since they're 90 degrees offset, then
no energy.
Thank you. Then you don't need any other thrusters to be overridden, just the one. But if you If you do, then you at least need the one to balance here. And then later on, we actually use this one to push the independent segments away from the center of mass for that for the former large missile, and now 12 separate missiles. So this sensor, the entire time it's not detecting anything, before and after separation, it's decreasing that thrust override. Once the missiles separate, then it is all of a sudden detecting another grid, and it's going to use that as an opportunity to turn on the missile AI, and then turn on thrust override on, I think, this thruster. It's one of these two thrusters here, and that's when the missile gets propelled away from the axis of travel of the larger MIRV. So we have that for two of these toolbars here, and then we do the warheads armed, and there you have it. That is genuinely it. The launch vehicle will contain some timer blocks or event controllers that turn on the thrusters and turn on the sensor blocks. And that is, like, I'm so completely serious. That's all this timer block here is doing. It's just, that's it. It's just turning on the sensors and turning on the thrusters. The thrusters themselves are the ones that need the override are already programmed to do so. So you're just decreasing that override, and then a blip of thrust override for the others to separate from that axis of travel. And of course, I want to see this happen again because I love seeing this happen. And I've only had this mess up one time. I've fired this probably 100 times. You would too. I've only had it mess up once. It does what it needs to do, and I'm all for elegant solutions. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're as excited as I am for the complete product. I will be releasing that on Workshop. Thanks for watching.